Hey, what's up, Peter? Can you hear me?
Is this Sam?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been waiting for this moment for probably 20 years. This is crazy, bro.
Which moment? I mean, gold, silver going up like this, or
Well,
talking
that
to me
no,
on
also
X?
just speaking to you. So, I lose my first job 2008. I start researching gold and silver. I see you and you call the housing crisis on Fox News. You say they're all C's and B's. I believe you. The housing crisis happens. I lose my job. I go to your website, Matt Maleo, if that rings a bell. I start buying gold from him.
Yeah, he used to work for me, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And I bought my probably 15 grand. Eventually, I have 40 grand of it. It's in my apartment in New York City. It's like 2010, 12. Now it's 2016. And I say, well, I ship it into the storage facility, but I don't really trust it, right? Because in Armageddon, am I really going to get it out the vault? So I never trusted storing my gold. And then I had it in an apartment in Queens, which I couldn't even have a firearm. So I was like, and I found Bitcoin, right? And I started buying Bitcoin around $1,000. It changed my life. And you led me to Bitcoin. So like I always would hear you say like gold. And I'm like, this man made me a Bitcoin millionaire. And I think you made many, many, many people Bitcoin
Yeah,
millionaires.
I know that. I've talked about that frequently. I ran into a lot of those people at the Bitcoin conference in Vegas, where the story was exactly the same. That if it wasn't for me, they never would have bought Bitcoin.
100%.
And so, yeah, I mean, a lot of people got rich off of Bitcoin because of me, even though I never recommended that they buy it.
It's hilarious. To me, I love it. I just been waiting to tell you thank you.
Now the question is though, you got to be selling it. You can't not sell it, or you're going to lose the wealth. You got to sell.
See, that's the funny thing. Just like gold was a better purchase value, right? Is a better store of value at the time, right? I don't know what it was. It was technology at one point. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? At one point, right? We could store more of it. People believed in it. I just truly believe people are going to see what I saw. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like I love you to death. I stopped buying gold around $1,000 an ounce. So maybe I shouldn't have, you know what I mean? And thank God I did, man. Had I bought Bitcoin instead of gold or gold instead of Bitcoin,
well, that's you. Right. But the people,
I agree.
Anybody who started buying 4 years ago, let's say, right? They're way worse off. They would have been better off buying gold and silver. So
agree. Okay.
The question,
but let's see what happens in 15 years. That might not be the case.
No,
right?
I think in 15 years, if you still hold your Bitcoin, it's going to be less than the 1,000 you started buying at. You're going to lose everything, because I think that this is just a whole pyramid Ponzi, right? Silver and gold are real. You got an illusion. Now, yes, you got in early enough that more fools
I don't
got
feel
in.
the pain everyone else feels. It's over for me in a way. I agree.
More fools came in after you did, right? And they bid up the price of what you owned. And they gave you the opportunity to sell what you own. But we're running out of it. It's finished, I think. Now, is it possible that Bitcoin can rally and make a new high? It's possible. But it's also possible it never will see a new high, that it's over and that it's going down.
See, I learned so much from you, right? And you kind of like taught me so much about the beginnings of value. And I don't understand why you don't understand that Bitcoin's going to $1 million an hour. Like it's going to $1 million a coin.
Yes, exactly. And it's funny, and I've said this. A lot of people in the Bitcoin community recognize.
Like I knew gold was going to $5,000 an ounce. I told you that 10 years ago. Just like I knew Bitcoin was going to 100K.
Let me finish what I'm saying. There are a lot of people in the Bitcoin community that hold me in high regard, that think I'm a smart person, that respect me, and they can't understand why I don't own Bitcoin, because they believe in it. And they think therefore I must have an ulterior motive. I secretly own it.
You have tons of Bitcoin somewhere. Like that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
like, it has to be.
Because that's
the same way.
That's the only way you can square it in your mind, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't make any other sense. Yeah,
right. Because you don't want to admit that maybe I know something that you don't. Maybe
I'm okay. Actually, no,
I'm right and you're wrong.
No, maybe you are. Maybe you are.
Yes, that's
why
the
I
point.
Sold my gold. That's why I never sold my gold. I never
But
sold
you
the
got
gold that I did
have you sold any Bitcoin?
Never. I refuse.
What?
I won't.
All right. So
it's like I won't sell my Bitcoin. I'd rather die with the gold than the Bitcoin.
All right. Well, how much did you invest in Bitcoin originally?
I don't like to say originally because it's kind of like a security
Well,
issue.
no one's going to know who
And
you are. This is anonymous.
I guess, but I mean, everyone knows me. I have a YouTube channel.
All
I've
right.
been taking
All
a day
right.
off
So,
for 4
okay.
years.
So you
I'm
don't want
famous
to
on
know,
YouTube.
but you bought it.
I mean, let's just say, fine. I started buying 5 coins around between 800 and 1,000.
Right. You start. So you're up. You're up. Close to 100 times your money.
100x.
For
Yeah,
100x,
for sure.
right? So you put
Yeah.
you put in $100,000 and you got $100 million, right? And maybe you didn't put in 100,000. Maybe you put in 10,000. You got 10 million, right? Something like that.
Okay.
Now, have you borrowed against any of that Bitcoin?
I've done nothing. None. I do
All
nothing.
right. So, all
I
right.
plan on it. That's see, the goal is to borrow against it, turn it into real estate. I have built a $5 million real estate portfolio in the interim. It's given me time to invest in other things. I will tell you that.
Right.
Like,
okay. But what's
I
the
came out of
highest?
the Bitcoin bubble at least.
What's the most you pay for Bitcoin?
84. I bought a whole coin like 6 months ago when we were in that
At
dip.
84,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you're still buying up here. So that's there.
I
That's
bought 5K yesterday. Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's all right.
Yeah.
But look, I think that you should be selling. You should not buy any more at a minimum, right? You have a lower cost basis. You're just averaging up at this point. But you need to sell a bunch of that Bitcoin and realize the gain and invest in something else, whether it's real estate, whether it's, stocks, something. But the one thing you don't want to do is turn that big winner into a loser. Because if you hold long enough, all of your profits will be gone and you'll be stuck with losses. You don't want that. You don't want to take that huge winning trade and turn into a loss. Now, the only negative about this, right? Because I'm trying to encourage you to sell your Bitcoin or some of your Bitcoin. You don't have to sell it all. Just sell some of it. Sell enough of it so that you don't care if it goes to zero. Because I'm sure if it went to zero and you didn't sell any, you would care. So make sure you sell enough so that if it goes to zero, you don't care, right? You're okay. But I know that if you follow my advice and sell your Bitcoin, some other poor fool is going to buy it from you. And now that person is going to lose the money instead of you. I know that. But you know what? At least I can try to help you because you're listening to my space. I don't know the guy, not that I know you personally, but I have this but I don't know the guy that's going to buy it from you. I don't know the random person. And if he didn't buy yours, he would buy somebody else's, right? So somebody is going to lose money in Bitcoin, whether you sell yours or not.
What if we both can agree that enough billions of a small percentage of these billions of people on Earth will be inquisitive enough to believe that it does carry? See, my whole thing is you can memorize 24 words and travel anywhere.
Yeah, I would forget those words. I don't have a good enough memory. But
but that's you. That's not me. I mean, so the whole point, I get it. And there's other ways to do it. There's third party. There's SHA-256.
Yeah.
There's other ways to go about it that aren't that complicated.
I think Bitcoin is very clever. It's interesting. But I think that the people who want to buy Bitcoin already bought it. I think it's already mature. I was at that conference in Vegas, 35, 40,000 people there thinking they're in on the ground floor. Believe me, that's nothing like the ground floor. I mean, that exhibit hall was insane. Like, I've been going to gold conferences for like 20 years, and they're tiny. There's nobody there. I mean, what I've seen in these Bitcoin conferences, this is a mania. This is the peak of a bubble. This is not the ground floor of anything.
Is there a percentage of your mind? Because you're a smart guy. To me, people that are extremely intelligent business-wise, they always keep a piece of what if, right? Is there a chance you're wrong? Is there a chance Bitcoin goes to $1 million a coin? Is there a chance it's a $20 trillion
there is a chance.
asset?
There is a chance that it goes to 1 million. There's no chance that I'm wrong, but there is a chance that it goes to 1 million. But I think the chance of Bitcoin going to 1 million is not big enough to want to bet on it. And the the most likely scenario for Bitcoin going to 1 million is hyperinflation. And so it may and $1 million Bitcoin may represent a decline.
100 grand today. You know what I mean?
So,
100 grand Bitcoin today or something, right? Because it's in the ratio value of inflation.
But
You
in
know,
real terms, I don't expect Bitcoin. And what I've been telling people for the past couple of years is, look, even if Bitcoin goes up, I don't think it's going to go up as much as my gold and silver or my gold and silver stocks. And so I said, for the risk reward, I'd rather own that. And yes, I would be richer today had I bought a bunch of Bitcoin when you first bought your Bitcoin at 1,000,
yeah,
right? But
yeah,
I am a lot richer today because I didn't buy any Bitcoin 3 or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, or 1 year ago.
amen,
So it just depends
amen.
on when you look at it.
I
And
agree. Yeah,
and
yeah. You're also a hustler, Peter, man. You're a hustler. Everyone,
yeah,
like I work 7 days a week. You work 7 days a week. You're on a space after Christmas. You know
I'm
what I
not
fully
working. I'm
realized?
doing this for
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, you know,
This is
you're
my leisure.
educating. Yeah, you're educating on leisure. But one thing I did notice, man, is once you have work ethic and discipline, if discipline goes to zero, who cares? Even
Yeah.
though I mean, if Bitcoin goes to zero, who cares? If gold goes down, me and you can produce from within, right? So what do
Well,
we have to?
gold's not going to go to
What are you
zero. It's
worried about? Yeah,
impossible.
yeah, yeah.
But Bitcoin was zero 15 years ago. So, I mean, it could easily go back to
I see
zero
your point.
again.
Like gold wasn't zero 15 years ago. I never
No,
actually.
it wasn't
Yeah,
zero a
never.
thousand years ago.
Yeah, never. I mean, I don't know when it started at something, right? Yeah,
Well,
like
the first person that found it valued it for it was never zero.
yeah, yeah.
But so it's different. But anyway, I want to hop because I want to get
100%.
some.
I just
But
want to say
look,
thank you.
I'm
You've been like a
glad.
mentor, a
Look,
father figure to me. I just want to say God bless you, man. Everything you do. I
look.
love the banter between the Bitcoin community and you. We really true love you. You helped so much of us see value, and I think you've made us a lot of entrepreneurs too, man. So
Yeah, look, I'm glad I was able
God
to
bless your
help
dad,
you.
man. He fought to the end, man. I read your dad's story too, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
look, I'm glad I was able to help you make a lot of money in Bitcoin. But again, you're only going to make it if you sell. If you
amen.
ride it all the way back down, I didn't make you anything. But you're lucky that you didn't listen to me when it was 1,000 and that you bought it anyway. But you're going to be unlucky if you don't listen to me now. You guys, I was,
Have a
and in
blessed
fact,
day,
if you
man.
remember what I was saying when it was 1,000 back then, I was telling people, look, this thing can go a lot higher. I remember saying that many times. One time I even said it can go to 50,000. I threw that number out there when it
Mhm.
was way below 10,000. But I said, look, it's pure gambling. This is pure like a bubble getting bigger. I said, I have no idea if it's going to happen, but it could happen because I thought the
But
whole thing
to
was
me, the reason
ridiculous.
why Bitcoin, this is why I realized Bitcoin was worth it, is because of the hash rate. They first started mining it on phones, right? You could mine it
Yeah.
on a phone, and then it got too hard to mine on a phone, right? It
Yeah.
got too difficult, and so people with their phones had to stop. And a few people could do it, but then you had to use like more a professional laptop or a better laptop, and then the difficulty level went up. Then it ebbed back down, right? And people couldn't, because every time people start to jump in, it creates a difficulty level too high that the people that jumped in at the end can't handle it, and they can't make enough money for the electricity. Only the big boys can stand
Yeah,
it.
and there were
And
people
the
that were
hash rate keeps
mining it.
the
Look,
hash
they
rate
were
has never gone down, Peter. It continues to go up and
yeah,
down.
then people were in their college dorms like mining it because
But what it
they
made me
they
realize, Peter,
got
is
the
that
they
the
got the
hash rate's
electricity for free.
yeah,
But
but
look,
that
I
hash
know,
rate's
I got
amazing.
it.
But
I
the
got
hash
it. Look,
rate's never going to go down. Like
I
it
gotta
keeps
let
going
you
up and
hop.
down.
But I don't
But,
think any of that matters anymore. And again,
but that's the
when
internal value of Bitcoin is that hash rate.
if you
Like there's
really
so much money behind that.
if you really like Bitcoin, just get rid of all your Bitcoin now or most of it and wait until MicroStrategy or Strategy goes bankrupt. Wait until they're forced to sell all their Bitcoin and then buy it. It'll be way cheaper. So you'll save yourself a lot of money. In the meantime, you could do something more productive with it. But anyway, thanks a lot. Who's up next?
God
Anyone want to
bless you.
raise their hand?
Thank you for your time.
All right, Sam. Take care.
Nice to meet you.